Go button.
Mm.
Go.
It's like the Go bots. They have a
Yes.
Go button.
Oh, like that thing that happened in Star Wars
No spoilers.
when they
So the
said
girl
go.
is Chewbacca's daughter, and she is wise in the ways of the Force.
All right, are we gonna
And
do a clap? Are we gonna do a
the
clap?
bad
Come
guy
on,
takes
come
off his
on.
mask, and it's C-3PO.
Hey, clap.
What?
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that was synchronized. That was great.
Yep.
I think I need an animated GIF of that clap. That was too good.
For all those situations when you need a clapping gif.
That's which is constantly. No.
So here's who survives The Force Awakens. This is who you can
God.
look forward to in episode.
Can I just say something
No.
here?
Oh, I saw that on Facebook, man. I'm
Because-
sorry.
I clicked on a tweet that was about that whole poll that some percentage of Republicans think that we should continue the bombing on Agrabah. You know the Agrabah thing that came up in the Aladdin movie.
People are making a joke about this, but that country is rife with grand viziers assuming genie power, and if you want that sort of untapped strength...
I mean, I know Genesis Aladdin is bad, but we don't need to continue the bombing.
Right. Right.
So anyway, I clicked on that tweet,
Yeah.
and when I clicked on it in Tweetbot, it showed the replies to it, one of which was a 2-frame spoiler from The Force Awakens.
Wait, someone took a picture of it from the movie theater?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Like some pivotal moment, which I looked at it for a second, and it slowly dawned on me what I was looking at.
Oh man, yeah. There's some
Yeah.
there's some heavy shit in that movie.
So
Yep.
basically,
What I would say though is I bet you'll still have an amazing time at that
I'm sure I
movie.
will. Screw you, internet, though.
Yeah,
Seriously.
totally.
Screw the internet.
I am very pleased that I got to see that movie spoiler-free.
Same here.
So,
Greg, did you see it? I can't hear you.
Oh, it's a great start.
this is going to be the best show. This is going to be the best show ever, and I'm not even being sarcastic about that.
Greg is playing the role of me. My microphone not working.
An episode where we don't have to hear Greg.
Hey, can I ask you guys? You're Zelda experts.
Hmm?
What's the deal with the cow that you find in the hole?
Excuse
remember
me?
Now? Can you hear me now? Hello?
Is this?
Yes,
I
we
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
That was a short-lived Christmas miracle.
You'd know.
Short. What
Cow
am I
in the
looking at
hole.
here?
Yeah, what is that? I can't...
Kevin, you
Can't
need
quite
to
see.
speak so we can see your screen.
Yeah.
This is an owl. This
That's
is
an owl.
That is
This
an
is
owl.
the owl that we first see in Link's Awakening, but
Okay.
no, like there's like sometimes you see big boulders, and if you blow them up, you can go into like the hole.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. There's a hole, and I could never figure out. There's just like a cow hanging out down there. I don't. Maybe you probably have to bring something to the cow. I just never figured.
Oh, that's a Mr. Show reference.
Y'all got
Oh,
cows and holes?
Miyamoto and Aonuma. Big Mr.
Oh, it
Really?
says on the cover.
I
Cow
really
in
liked
a hole is what it said on the cover.
Somebody made a mess.
No, you know
Have
this.
you watched
Have you watched the new show on Netflix?
Yes,
I did.
have. I
How do you
have.
like it?
I like it a lot.
It was
Yeah.
good.
I haven't
I-
really checked it out yet.
They get better as they go along.
Okay, because the first one's a little rough.
It is a little rough, but by the 4th episode, you're like, oh man, I wish there were more of these. Ah, jeez,
Alright.
I wish there were
Gee.
more of these.
That
That's
G's
what you're
merch.
saying.
Jeepers creepers.
Something peepers. All right, should we do this thing? I think so.
Yes.
Hello and
Only
welcome to
believe
episode
when walking down to-
476
Oh my God, I
of the
hate you.
Player One podcast for Tuesday, December 22nd, 2015. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me as always, from the frozen north, where the trees are Glistening?
Green?
Children listening? Greg Stewart. Hello.
It's like 7 degrees here. Celsius.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
The hell does that mean? That's like the boiling point of water, I think, if you convert it to Fahrenheit.
No.
All right.
Teaching our nation's youth.
Neil deGrasse
Phil
Tyson.
Theobald.
And joining us.
Sorry.
What?
Teaching American children, I'll have you
Yeah,
know, they don't need
That's
to know.
true. I mean, this is why they all voted they all voted in support of bombing Agrabah.
Well,
It's like
again,
this. Teachers
Again.
like you.
again,
Politics out of this, Greg.
I'm telling
It's
you,
not politics.
he could
And-
lift up castles with his bare hands. You don't want that power going unchecked. Turn into a giant snake.
It's true.
And joining us from California, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Phil Theobald.
I would just like to say, I know Kevin wants us to keep politics out of this, but CJ gave me a 1-episode suspension. That's why I was not on last episode for daring to speak out against in-app purchases. So
That's right.
This is
Right.
what happens.
That's
Do
what
not
happens.
cross.
Don't cross the Picross.
Yeah. You should see what happened to that guy who spoiled him on Star Wars. Much uglier than that, I'll tell you.
Is that Dan Dormer? It was Dan Dormer, wasn't it?
That's a bummer you got spoiled, though, dude.
That is a bummer.
Hmm.
You're had all these like mute filters on Twitter
Yeah.
set up
Yeah.
so that I wouldn't hear anything about it, and then boom.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
and
know, if you
joining
fix-
us,
Sorry.
joining us this week
Most weeks.
after no spoilers after many TV trials and tribulations, Mr. Kevin Larrabee. 2 TVs Larrabee.
2 TVs left. Actually, because the TV that I got's broken in Amazon. Anyway,
So soon you'll be 3 TVs Larrabee.
Yeah, right now I'm 2 monitors and a PlayStation Vita and a 3DS Larrabee. But you know, I was just hoping that Phil would actually tell us why he really wasn't here last week. I heard,
Yeah.
Masturbation.
but no, it was after. No, it was after that. I heard you were dealing with a full shitter.
Well,
Was that it?
I had to
You
get
did
the
it, drain
voters
it.
out. Yeah.
Check your shitters, honey.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I only
I watched that movie this week.
I only recognize Christmas Vacation 2 Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure as being vacation canon. So ever since the Disney purchase, they wiped out everything except Christmas Vacation 2 Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
Phil will be deep in the cold ground before he recognizes Missouri.
There you go.
Have you ever seen them? Have you seen Christmas Vacation 2?
Wait, that's a real thing?
That is a real thing.
Christmas Vacation 2 Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
Yeah.
Use the whole
Real
title.
thing.
Be respectful.
With Randy Quaid?
With Randy Quaid.
Before he.
Well, let's be honest. Who else could play Cousin Eddie? And that role was written for that man.
And yeah, this was before he went full
Crazy.
lunatic. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's a real thing. It's a real. Not
Have you seen
quite.
it? Have you seen it?
I have not actually. I have not seen Christmas Vacation. Cousin
Saving it
Eddie's
for Christmas
Island.
morning.
You don't want to ruin Christmas Vacation by having that sequel potentially taint what is a Christmas classic.
There are 2 things that say Christmas to me. One is Burl Ives singing "Holly Jolly Christmas." The other is Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure
Mm.
when Randy Quaid.
You don't even know what happens in that
It's
movie.
moments
No, I
like
don't.
This. It's moments like this that I really miss Mike.
Wow, we're talking about the best movies.
This conversation would have been half as long.
Do you know there's a Christmas Story 2?
That is terrible. Oh
Did you
my
see
god,
it?
I've seen that.
Oh my God!
Wow,
Was
is
it
it
bad?
bad?
What
I
happened
don't
there?
know why. It was on TV, and I was drunk, and it was only one time. I was curious.
Which second-rate cable channel is it that runs that for 24 hours?
PB.
PAX. You got the PAX network still?
I think that's still around, yeah.
Oh, man.
So actually, this was my fault. I apologize. So you're right. If Mike wasn't here, the movies would not have been brought up. But I think if we can mention National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, especially that line, I think it's worth it.
There you go.
Yep.
So you guys saw Star Wars, right?
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've seen the best part.
Yeah, I've apparently seen 2 frames of. That's the
Two
thing.
most important frames of the movie.
Potentially. Let's not dwell upon that, though.
No.
Was it Luke and Leia's kiss? Was that the frames you saw?
I said let's not dwell upon that.
Was it when Paul Walker showed up as a Force ghost and taught Finn how to pilot an X-wing?
No, it was when Paul Rudd showed up as Ant-Man and started doing all kinds of
The big
Cross-promotion.
crossover.
Yeah.
The big crossover has begun.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Got to do it.
Yep.
You kind of joke about that, but if you look at this movie, you can kind of see they're just using that formula quite a bit. So,
The Ant-Man formula?
no, the Marvel. Man, I can't wait to see that next movie. But of course, since we already know it was a trilogy and all that stuff.
That's
Well,
where
it's part of
they-
the trilogy, though, right? Aren't they saying they're going to do like a new one every year at this point?
Yeah.
Well, this is.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The Ant-Man thing is they tell Edgar Wright that he gets to direct it, and then they yank it away from him.
Oh.
And-
Boo.
Hey, well, if you look at, I thought Ant-Man was really good. I thought that
I
was
like-
a blast.
I haven't
I
seen
like
that either.
that.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
I like Ant-Man.
He's Ant-Man.
It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kid with kids with guns, more or less.
That was actually Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, too.
No, that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids too is Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
You blew
That's
what?
true.
Kiss my ass, Greg. Shit out of here.
Dude, that's how stuff like that gets started.
What are you, 4 years old?
Sometimes.
Hey! It's Christmas.
Nothing.
It's Christmas.
Nothing the 4-year-olds love more than making oral sex jokes.
Kids these days, you
all we have in this house.
Phil, you're teaching these kids.
I'm not teaching 4-year-olds.
Bring old in living color tapes in.
Alive.
Homie, don't play that.
My kids will actually say, "Homie, don't play that."
What?
They
They
know
do?
the phrase.
They
Yeah.
say that
Really?
regularly?
Mostly because I say it regularly. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
they don't know what it means.
This is a
They
hell of
don't
a start.
understand it's from a wacky, violent clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's their indoctrination into the insane clown college.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey,
What?
you guys like video games?
I do. You know what
Not
else I
this
liked,
week.
though?
What?
Was, Princess Leia getting killed.
Ah,
Did you believe that?
hey.
You would have...
Uh,
Didn't think R2 had it in him, but there you go.
wow.
Dude,
Who knew?
was not having a
Who knew
good day.
Greedo wasn't dead all this time?
I'm gonna see it next week.
Are you?
I'm gonna
Oh,
see it
yeah.
again next week.
Yeah.
You'll have the whole plot spoiled. You'll have everything. You'll have scene by scene.
Probably.
People are going to be spamming your Twitter now with bootlegged animated GIFs.
I won't know what's real and what's fake.
Honestly, I think like the two or three big things that happen in that movie. I mean, they're big spoilers, but I think it is the ride. Like it is just start to finish, just a hell of a ride, and I think it's probably. I know I'm younger, but I think out of all the Star Wars, for me, it's the one that I may enjoy the most. I know. Empire. It's not Empire Strikes Back. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna go with you on that, but I will agree that the movie is pretty great.
It's fun
entertaining.
stuff. It's fun stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. It's
I
no
expect-
holiday special,
Mm.
which, 'tis the season and all, but,
Yeah.
It's no Shadows of the Empire, is what we're saying.
well, no.
Okay.
Although, hey, And this can tie it. If CJ's smart, he can use this as a segue into actual game discussion. But my buddy Justin Chang, the host of of my toy podcast that I co-host, Points of Articulation. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
He was so hyped up over Star Wars this past weekend that he went out and picked up Disney Infinity 3.0 just because he wanted to play a little. He wanted to play some Force Awakens in video game form, and he was playing through it, and he found at some point in the game he found the Outrider ship.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which was of course the ship from Dash Rendar's ship from Shadows of the Empire. So
While he was picking up the game, did he make sure to shame an EB employee or?
Oh man, yeah, I saw that.
I didn't think that was that bad. I saw.
Then you are a bad person.
Well, that's because CJ's that guy who goes in the GameStop every. You know, I work at Adult Swim Games, right? I don't know.
I do that all the time.
You guys ever hear Robot Unicorn Attack? Yeah, that was me.
That was me.
That was me.
Phone, waiting for someone to say something.
Yeah, you know, the original title of the show was Rick and Morty and CJ, but I didn't think I really needed the extra exposure.
You guys like iPhone games?
I got fake though.
CJ just sits there with his iPhone, full volume, just waiting for one of the employees to approach him.
I still remember that. Just reminds me of Andy Barron.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Andy Barron, who God rest his soul, but he used to, when a new issue of Expert Gamer would come out, he would go to the GameStop or EB with the magazine in his hand, casually leaning against the counter and start flipping through it, waiting for someone to ask him what he was doing.
Wait. Every now and again, someone would recognize that issue as like an issue that they hadn't gotten in stock yet.
Yeah.
And that was like you could just hear the cash register noise as his eyes spun around.
So funny.
Ah, yes. I just happen to work there. I don't know if you guys probably weren't aware of that, but
I missed
that.
That
was pretty.
That was awesome.
I have a better job.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So you know who has a better job?
Thank you for transitioning.
Hideo Kojima.
Mm-hmm.
His vacation finally ended.
His vacation is over.
Looking rested.
Yes.
Kojima looking a little bit unkempt still. Might need a shave.
Well, that's how the kids go these days.
That's right. He's gonna grow a neck beard or whatever the people are doing nowadays. He's gonna grow, or maybe that's what he showed on the video. Is like his Conan style beard. From anyway, so Kojima Productions is back
in POG form, right? Right.
They are doing a game exclusively with Sony on the PS4, and it's going to come to PC as well. But it'll debut
in 2021
on the PlayStation platform, be it PS4 or PS5 or whatever happens to be in the market.
What's this game called?
Metal Gear.
Ah,
they have not announced the title, but
what kind of game is it?
He said he wants it to be edgy, something like that.
Oh boy,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what he does. I wonder if he'll step outside his comfort zone or if we'll get another Metal Gear.
But I think it's also just by the note of this that it's a good sign that Sony's letting them also do a PC version. It is exclusivity seems to really just be on consoles these days. Even Microsoft is bringing two big heavy hitters in the early part of next year with the Gears of War and also Tomb Raider coming to PC.
Yeah,
it's definitely more interesting that Sony's doing it because Microsoft has a reason to do it.
Correct.
Windows 10.
But there's just tons of money there now.
That's going to be a pretty big deal. I mean, that's a whole new platform for people to not buy Tomb Raider on. So
I bet it will sell really well on the PC.
Poor Microsoft. They've got like this season. They should technically just be owning
Yeah.
their lineup, and it
New
just seems like
Halo,
nothing
new
is
Tomb
hitting.
Raider.
For new Forza,
Yeah.
nothing's hitting.
It's not that they're bad games though. It's just like
No, they're great.
not the games that people
I've
are
heard
picking up.
I've heard Tomb Raider is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, they were the number one selling console in October.
right, and they had the better bundles out of the group. I mean, it
They
depends.
have
You
great
get,
bundles. Yeah.
with Uncharted, I mean, if you're getting 3 older games, or with Star Wars Battlefront, which kind of got like mixed reviews. Microsoft seemed to definitely have the better bundles and the better. Like even last week, they had the Gears of War bundle for $300 plus $50 gift cards plus a free game,
Yeah.
all on Microsoft.
They're running some great deals on that system.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like a $200 console.
I love to see the competition's great. Like I hope they keep it up.
Yeah,
Hopefully it
It's
starts working for them.
Is
I hope we
Crackdown
get a
out yet?
revision.
Crackdown is not out yet.
No.
Okay.
But you should get Just Cause 3 because it'll give you all those Crackdown feelings.
Plus, with all the extra load times, by the time you
Okay.
finish Just
Okay.
Cause, Crackdown will be out.
They just put out a patch recently.
Did they?
Either,
Oh, good.
Like last
Yeah.
week, so I haven't played it since the patch.
Greg, you don't need to buy it, and you can get it on a PC. It's okay.
I have it. I bought it for console.
Join us. You know, get a
Haven't
GTX
played it
970.
yet.
PC Master Race, come on.
Okay, that term effing sucks. No, like that's not even worth joking about. If you're a person that listens to this that uses that term, you're a piece of shit.
Wow. That escalated quickly.
Strong words. Wow.
Okay, am I incorrect in like comparing a group of people to
Wait. Kevin, is this a character that you're doing like a wrestling star?
No, this isn't.
Is this Kevin's heel turn right now?
I think we have it.
Oh my God, Phil, I love you.
All it takes is one broken TV and some bad customer service, and suddenly Kevin's bringing brass knuckles to the ring.
Okay, no. Let me check. Is it? Am I somehow missing something that the master race is something that like includes genocide and that should not be compared to for someone that likes a certain platform?
Right. Certainly it's extreme, but
Maybe I'm overreacting.
Kevin's right in the middle of cutting a mean promo,
Are
folks.
we saying we're not allowed to make Nazi jokes?
No,
Is that what we're getting at here?
God, I love Phil today.
Thank you.
Oh man, this is a shoot. I'm
I'm
just
tossing-
shooting.
I'm tossing out like the 3 wrestling terms I know just for you, Kevin.
Phil's on empty at this point.
Okay. I apologize if I offended anyone, but
Google
try not to
wrestling
do that.
slang.
But what I think you're saying is you play the games, not the platform, right? And it doesn't matter what platform you're playing on as long as you're enjoying good games. That's something we can all agree
Doesn't
on.
matter what platform I'm playing on, as long as I can press a button on my controller to turn it on, and I'm playing.
In
But
this
my
holiday
controller's
spirit,
plugged in by USB. It's always on.
My controller's not plugged in. It's wireless.
Yeah, there's a wireless dongle for Xbox One controllers.
I didn't need to buy a dongle for my controller.
Oh my God, never mind. I
my
apologize for
Xbox
bringing
is
this up.
always
This is-
listening.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, but I apologize to the audience because again, it's that was my fault for bringing any of this up.
But let's get back to Kojima Productions. They've got a new logo, which looks
Kojima is worse than Hitler.
That's what we're getting to. Thank you, Phil, for connecting the
That's why
dots.
I'm here.
the new logo is looking good, looking real good. It's a skull in some like a suit of armor thing or like a
Oh yeah, right.
thing looks pretty great, right there. And they've apparently got a bunch of items that you can purchase with the logo on it in Japan, just in case you want to do that whole thing. No Kickstarter campaign, just buy this buy this stuff. But yeah, it's exciting to have him back and doing something, and I'm sure we'll see what that is exactly in many E3 trailers to come for at least a couple of years.
Yeah.
It'll be like the old times where people line up at the booth to watch a trailer.
What they're not telling you is that he's just creating pachinko machines.
Oh man, could you imagine?
That would be so funny.
How
Yeah. Just
weird and crazy plots those pachinko games would have.
All voiced by David Ader.
Speaking of things that are back, remember that retro console that was using the Atari Jaguar casing? That I think they had a Kickstarter. It didn't go anywhere.
Yes.
They are back.
Was that the one that was going to use cartridges?
Yes,
it
they
has
were
the
going to do
Jaguar
cartridge
casing.
versions of newly produced retro style games.
Right. Yeah, it seemed like a bad idea.
Seems like a bad idea. So of course they're back, and they're still in the Atari Jaguar housing.
Oh, okay.
Still doing the physical media, although now it is a. Apparently they got the license for the Coleco name, and they're calling it the Coleco Chameleon. What do you got there, Greg?
One of the I think the way it worked is somebody owns the Coleco name who's stepped in, and I don't know if they're funding it or what. I don't think they bought the rights to the Coleco name. The same guys that are doing the console.
Well, they're using the Coleco name.
Still an insane idea, either way.
But this time I believe it is going to have compatibility with Coleco games.
Oh, yay!
That's cool.
So
what, you can buy like an old ColecoVision cartridge from 1982 and it'll work?
Undetermined. You know, at Toys R Us they have those retro consoles.
They do.
Today
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of ColecoVision consoles stacked up. The Genesis consoles that they had a few weeks ago, all gone. The Genesises are all gone.
Yeah?
Genesises.
That's right. The Mega Drives, they're gone.
Huh.
Yeah.
They must have found some change in the couch to get that ColecoVision name. Because I mean, this has made a big splash, but the problem is that this is not a good product from everything that we've seen so far, and they have not had the backing that they said they will have. And also, why would you spend more to get a retro-styled game on a cartridge for a console that, for all intents and purposes, from what we've seen so far, is not going to live very long. They do not have enough funding to get this going. By what people didn't support it when they tried to do their Kickstarter, their GoFundMe, whatever it was.
Even if it did take off, why is a smaller indie team, which is who this is supposed to be targeting, why would you ever do a cartridge run? Ever? Why would you open yourself up to that liability? Like that's what I don't get. I mean, from a consumer standpoint, yeah, I agree. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but there will be people out there who will buy something like that. But I mean, if you're looking at, like, generally most indie developers are smaller groups.
Right.
The whole reason they can be that way is you have to be you have to be conscious of costs, and you're talking about doing a cartridge run. That's a huge risk. And then, like, what if a bug got through or something, and like, what if you have some kind of catastrophic bug in the program that you didn't catch? Like, do you do a recall?
Are you gonna have to do ESRB ratings on this platform too?
That's
well, they're not going to do a recall, Greg, because they're not going to care. There isn't a company here, which is the problem. It's a couple dudes.
That's what I'm
also,
saying.
why are they
makes
still
zero sense.
using the Jaguar housing?
Well, they already paid for it. They already paid for the rights to use it. So the moldings or whatever.
That was a bad idea to begin with. From that point onward.
Right, and it would already be such a niche product, and then again, like you said, Greg, have to pay for the print runs of the cartridges. And the best thing about indie development today is digital distribution, where there is zero barrier to entry. As long as you can get that file on Steam Greenlight, you can get it on Good Old Games or whatever, hosted on your own website, you can have access to a huge audience. This audience, I'd be surprised if they sold 1,000 of these.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just doesn't make any sense from any angle.
Yeah. Well, it's Christmas time, and that means
Oh my God.
It's that time.
that means
Christmas
that
time is here.
Yeah.
it's time
Everybody
for
knows.
internet hacker groups to say that they are going to bring down Sony and Microsoft on the most
To create
important
awareness.
About
security
time.
issues.
About time someone took down those fat cats in Washington.
That's right.
Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
So, so, so yeah, apparently there's going to be some kind of thing against PSN and Xbox Live for Christmas Day. So have fun with that.
And Nintendo will
Great.
just get crushed under just normal use on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Nintendo will be fine. There will be no hackers going
No, but they'll just get.
after Nintendo.
I bet they. I mean, judging from what I saw, I bet they sold a ton of Wii U's. They also, speaking of bundles, they had that amazing Splatoon and Mario Kart 8 bundle. So I'm sure there's lots of Wii U's being delivered under the tree or wherever this year.
Could
They
be.
need to be updated.
That's true.
Mm.
We'll need to download those precious software updates.
Man, if they make it so I can't get any of my Nintendo Badge Arcade badges on
Badge
Christmas,
Rabbit.
I'm gonna be
I
pissed.
mean, it
gonna
is
be done.
it was Kirby Week or whatever.
Right?
You guys still playing that?
Yeah, I've been playing it.
Yeah, me too.
Nintendo delivered. I did because I started using my 3DS again. I noticed that they automatically just delivered that to my home screen,
Yeah.
like I wanted it.
You can turn that feature off, you know.
You can. Yeah.
But sometimes I like to be surprised. And look what I just downloaded it and now I opened it.
Oh, see?
Well.
Now they got you.
This is how it starts.
Oh,
And
that
now I
rabbit does
slope.
look pretty nice.
And now I just dumped $20 into it. Crap. They got me.
Oh man, I can get that sweet yellow Game Boy for my folder covers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I did see some of like Brian Davis from Next Level was posting some of
Yeah.
his screenshots of his like menus. I'm like,
See?
okay, that's actually pretty
Yes.
cool.
Yep.
But just make those be free and don't make me have to go through a Badge Arcade to get them.
The best part of it is that you earned it.
I know
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You-
I earned it when I paid the money
It's-
for my
no,
console.
no. It's knowing that you earned that badge on that folder.
It's like you guys like gave your kids candy after they pooped on the toilet for the first time. You earned it. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Positive reinforcement.
What?
I don't have kids. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, and I think maybe you should wait until you have some with stories like
I
that.
got my dog to poop outside, and I felt pretty accomplished by that.
You gave him some candy.
Here
I
you
gave
go,
him some-
boy.
yeah, I gave him some Twizzlers and some Kit Kats.
Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy.
Man.
Coffee crisp.
Big news week.
Hmm?
Yeah, I think that's about all that happened, right? I mean,
Well, it is Christmas.
except for Kirby Week in Nintendo Badge Arcade, which
Mhm.
is the biggest news of 2015. No, it's not. It's really not. How about we talk about what we've been playing?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'd love to. Again, I was talking to you guys a little bit about this last week, but this indie title, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, 3D. They made a 3D version of it, and I'm continuing.
That's
The
like
Legend of Zelda.
that's like a first party Nintendo title, dude. That is like not an indie title like
Oh,
by any means. This is it was like a big release.
I thought this was Notch. I thought this was the Minecraft guy.
No,
Oh.
this is the new Kojima game.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
hear about this?
Anyways. Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm making my way through the 3DS version and had to do a surprising amount of going online to figure out how to do some stuff because there are quite a few things in the beginning of the game, as CJ and I were kind of talking about this before, but a little vague in what you should be doing in some
Very
of the things in the beginning. Yeah, and like the problem is that I have so many memories of this game. I just don't know what order I'm supposed to do some stuff in, like going to the graveyard, and I know there's like a lamp in the graveyard somewhere. I know I have to go on like the tour to get it, but the guy that's there will only dig holes. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just trying to like figure out how all those pieces go together. But
Didn't you get that guide? Get that guide yet?
no, because I had the Amazon page open when we did the podcast, and then I closed the Amazon page.
Oh.
But the great thing is that there are so many hardcore Zelda fans out there that there are just an unbelievable amount of Zelda wikis and guides and
totally.
stuff.
Mhm.
So it's been fine. So just I won't talk about that too much. And oddly enough, over the weekend I picked up Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yes.
Man, like I don't know why I got like half an hour into that game and dropped it, and then I ended up sinking like another hour and a half into that game, and it is. Would you classify it as just like a completely forgotten game? Like I feel like it just kind of like came and went.
Well, yeah, it's a great game. It's just it's a shame about that control setup. That's the problem
Right.
with it.
Yeah.
If
I
it
heard
wasn't
yeah.
if it wasn't for that
stand,
funky control scheme, that game would be considered, I think, one of the classics of the 3DS. But because it is so difficult to play, it is kind of like, as you said, sort of forgotten.
Right. The one disappointing thing with that is I was hoping, I mean, probably I shouldn't have been, but I was hoping that maybe Nintendo updated it to use the new C-Stick instead, which they have not, unless I completely could not find it in the menus. Which
I thought it did use the Frankenstick, though, right?
No.
Yes,
No?
it did.
I'm pretty sure it
Well,
did.
it did, but
But
only
not for control?
but only
So you can switch hands.
for lefties. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, it's a bummer.
yeah.
But yeah, that game's really good, and also the 3-disc soundtrack is really good, and Yuzo Koshiro also contributed to a bunch of those tracks. So, Yuzo, what's up?
Awesome.
And then quickly, again, I haven't been playing a ton, but I've been trying to kind of just picking some old stuff up. I played through Muramaster Rebirth maybe about a year ago now, maybe a little bit longer, and I went through as the female character, so now I'm going through as the male character. And just a reminder for people that the game is incredible. The soundtrack is unbelievable. It's just a ton of fun, great hacking slash with some good RPG or light RPG elements, and cool boss battles. And just a reminder that Odin Sphere is being re-released early next year on the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 4. So those are worth taking a look at too, because I never played those because they were PS2 games, and unfortunately they were kind of late. So I'm looking forward to playing through Odin Sphere from those great people over at that development company that I can't remember.
Vanillaware.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so yeah, go play some portable games this weekend, and you might need to pack those up as you make your holiday trips and your excursions. That's what I'm planning on.
There you go.
Oh, and can we talk about how our special guest is going to be John Riccardi on the Ocarina of Time episode?
Oh, yeah.
So that guy.
Yeah, back in my play, you graciously asked if I would like to be a part of the Ocarina of Time episode, and I said yes. I jumped on right away. But then there's this guy who lives in Japan. His name is John Riccardi, and he had to check. He had to check if he could come on and talk about Ocarina of Time.
They have time differences over there, but I think it would be really cool to talk to you guys because obviously, like you guys are just older than me. So
We're old school. We put the old in old school. Yeah.
Right. So it'll be good to see how you guys
old, incredibly old school.
I would go that far. You guys look still very handsome and youthful.
It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun to talk Ocarina of Time with you and John. That'll be fun. That'll be a good podcast to listen to.
Totally. End of the year.
End of the year. Yes. All right, Phil.
Yeah.
You want to talk about what you have been playing?
More than anything.
Okay.
I have been playing. What have I been playing? Oh, you know what I picked up? We were talking about those PS2 classics coming to the PS4.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember how I was complaining about how $15 for them is way too much and just not a good price. Well, and with the exception, of course, for Guitar Man, which I would pay $15 in a heartbeat for.
Pay $20 for that.
I would actually. But Sony released a game at a bargain price. It was I believe it's $10. It's like $7.50 if you have PS Plus.
That's
So
right.
I totally picked up Parappa the Rappa Part 2 for $7.50.
Yeah.
And I see you did as well.
I did. That
Have you
was
played?
a no-brainer.
Have you played through it?
I have not played through it, although I know it'll like take me an hour to play through it, so I probably should do it. But I played through one stage,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks good. The new graphics look very good.
Yeah.
But that game is not very good, and here's why.
Tell me why.
Let me elaborate.
Okay.
So, before you play, you do that little like sample thing or whatever.
The practice
Little
round.
tutorial practice round. That
Right.
goes on for way too long.
Well, you can skip that, right?
Oh, you can?
Yeah, it's weird. If you press the start button,
Oh, that's what that does?
it just immediately skips that. Yeah, so you don't have to
All right, well, there
you
you
don't have to worry about that.
There
Okay.
goes nothing.
Okay.
The second thing is that when it changes the song, like when you rap in bad or
When
poor.
you rapping bad.
Right. When you go up or down a rank.
When you go up or down a rank, it like
Right.
it takes a moment to recognize the fact that you
Well, it cuts to the instructor
Did that.
telling you that you are doing better or getting worse.
yes.
Right.
It breaks up the song too much.
Well, if you're good at the game, you don't have to worry about that.
Oh. Apparently, I wasn't rapping good enough. Is that what you're saying?
Stage 1, you said this was?
Yeah.
I wish you the best.
I blame the lag, HDMI lag.
Ah, of
Visual
course.
lag.
It's weird. I finished the game already. Huh. Okay.
I was going to ask you if they addressed for any of that stuff, knowing that it was going to be on a PlayStation 4 or not. If they could adjust, address the lag that you would see on a HD TV.
I think they do in some way.
Yeah,
It wasn't that bad though.
I did not really notice any. I mean, like I said, I was able to plow through the game with no problem. I even got a cool on one of the stages. I rapped cool
bully
all the
for
way.
you.
Bully for me indeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, tell you what, you know who loved that game? It was
Who?
my kid.
Oh yeah?
He was watching me play. He was really getting into it. He was
Okay.
really digging the fat jams and the fresh beats.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I played through it. It's certainly it's not as good as the original
No.
by any
Or
stretch.
Jammerland.
And it's certainly not as good as Jammerlami, which is better than Parappa.
Yeah.
But still, I do not think it's a bad game. For like $7.50, it was fun to revisit it.
Sure.
So
Yeah, that's why I picked it up as well.
no,
$7.50. It's basically free.
yeah, I'd be much more prone to picking up PS2 classics remastered if they were $10 with a $2.50 PS Plus discount. I'll
100%.
say that much.
I thought the other couple ones were, but apparently I was wrong that Mark of the Cree was $10. That one's 15. But
Mark of the Cree.
fine, Mark of Cree, whatever.
Fuck you. God damn it.
But War of the Monsters is $10.
I think
That
it's
was a
just
cool
War.
game.
It's just War of Monsters.
Fine, War of Monsters.
That's it. It's no War of Monsters.
War of Monsters.
The War
The
of
War
a- of A Monsters.
Is that a sequel to King of the Monsters from Neo Geo?
No. This was
Yeah, basically.
They used to always play that on Nick Arcade.
Was this was that a
Yes, it
David
was.
Jaffe game?
It is a David Jaffe game.
Mhm.
That's what I thought.
From the makers of your Twisted Metals.
Right, and your what was that?
Calling All Cars?
That was the one.
Oh my god.
What's that game no one
God,
remembers?
Sat
Very
on my
good.
PlayStation 3 for so long. I don't think I ever played it.
No, it's just NBA Jam with cars. I remember him saying that in every interview.
Isn't that
Oh my
Rocket
God.
League?
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you just describe Rocket League?
Yeah, he was a little early on that one.
Hauling all
Man.
cars. Ugh.
Yeah. There we go.
That was,
Uh,
and I remember that because it was. Remember way back early on the PlayStation 3 when you would turn on the system if you didn't have it to anything to boot to right away. It would
Yes.
go to the first game on your list, and if it had music,
Oh,
It would start
right. Yeah.
it would play.
Blasting.
And the Calling Hard Cars music was so loud that it would just blast every time you turned on you.
Yeah.
Double Dragon Neon's like that too. If you like switch to that game and it just pops up the music is just 5 times as loud as any other music from any other game in the menu.
But Double Dragon Neon is awesome. So
Thank God that we
Yeah.
live in the era of PS4 where we have the corn and bacon themes, the
Mhm.
dynamic themes, to boot to.
Yes.
Just saying.
Uh,
All right.
Hey, if you want one great thing about 3DS is all those themes that have come out for it are badass. And now that we have like the Sega import ones,
Yeah.
better ass.
I have the
Yep,
Super
yep.
Mario Brothers Famicom
Yep.
theme on mine.
yes.
Yeah.
Those are
Same.
totally worth like the $2 or whatever they are. Those are actually interactive.
But
and-
wouldn't you have felt better about it if you played a UFO catcher game to
no, I
Earn those.
my time is see that by the end of the year I got to play through Ocarina of Time and Yakuza 4. I am tight for time. I cannot be picking up fake toys from a fake UFO catcher.
Hey, Yakuza
Unless-
4.
unless you're playing Shenmue,
Okay,
then it will be okay.
I did put a little bit more time into Yakuza 4, and holy crap, that is just like it's what Shenmue could
I know,
be on
it's-
these platforms. It is so goddamn detailed and a
Yep.
beautiful game.
It's funny because you have all these people, and I want Shenmue to come back as well, but you always have, for so long we've had all these people screaming about bringing Shenmue back, and it seems like this really major secret, for some reason no one seems to understand, like, the Yakuza games are Shenmue.
Yeah.
They play exactly the same.
Like to the point where you can go down streets and go in pretty much any like door that's in the side streets and find like a ramen shop or
Mhm.
like a convenience store, and you can actually like go into the convenience store and go in the aisles. It's freakishly detailed and just incredibly impressive.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's like Shenmue but fun.
oh, come on, kiss my ass. So, Shenmue is one of the best video game franchises of all time, and it is good that it is coming back, so we can at least see what happens, even though I haven't played through 2.
I think that's rose tinted glasses on that one.
I mean,
It's like a rose tinted bodysuit.
I think you're right, because even if you go back to the original Shenmue today and you look at the detail that's in that game, it's still unmatched in most video games that come out today. But also, you don't have as many video games on such a small scale in terms of open worldness.
I think it suffered from being too early, obviously.
Well, it was going to be on the Sega Saturn, like.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, even like you get to the Dreamcast and it suffers from the technical standpoint as well. Like single analog stick controller, first of all,
Yeah.
made it feel robotic.
Okay.
And the detail level is incredible, but it was too much. Let's be fair. There was too much there. Like because then you looked at something like a few years later where like Grand Theft Auto 3. And they dialed, in a game like that, it's the same type of thing as the big open world, but they dialed it all back and just simplified it and streamlined it. And that's, to me, that, I'm not saying I don't like Shenmue, I'm just saying I can see why people didn't like Shenmue.
I would just say those are completely different games, because the Grand Theft Auto 3 open world is not interactive. There are a bunch of cardboard boxes, and you drive around them.
That's what I meant when I said you strip it all back and you don't
Simplify
have a
your
million
words
people
for me,
to talk
man.
to. You don't have a million people to talk to while you're walking down one street. And like 12 different doors you can go in and things like that. but it's still the same thing, really. I mean, it's still an open world game. Back when there was no such thing.
Yeah.
Pachinko parlors, man. There's a place to play.
I
Space
stopped and
Harrier.
played lots of Hang On. I got to tell you, that arcade was great.
Yeah, you play hang on. You can play darts. You could get in a fight in the park. You can learn new martial
Just
arts
like real
moves from
life.
an old guy, dude. Totally like real life. And if you need to go somewhere, you get on a bus.
I'm not disparaging the game.
So
I
good.
liked the game a lot. It's just, I can see it doesn't hold up.
Do you have any other feelings if we'll get Shenmue HD 1 and 2? Do you guys have any search of hearts?
I really don't see why we shouldn't.
Yeah.
It seems
Seems
like a
likely.
no-brainer.
Seems likely.
PC, Xbox One, no, PC, like PlayStation 4 probably, just like the new game.
Probably. Yeah, where Sony's sort of involved now.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Phil, you got something else here on your list.
I do. I
Talk
went
about
I went back and played some more Rogue Legacy. Remember Rogue Legacy?
Mm.
I do.
Mhm.
That's another. That is also a PS2 game, right? Oh no, wait.
No.
No. That's
I'm thinking
You're
about
thinking
Rogue
of
Galaxy.
Rogue Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no. This is
Oh, Rogue Legacy. Okay.
Rogue Legacy, which is
That game that you bought on all platforms. And
Vita, PC. Yes,
Totally worth it.
I went back.
Are you not down with SteamWorld Heist, by the way? You were into SteamWorld Dig.
Well, you know what? I
Is that me?
am waiting. I am waiting for the
Coleco version?
I want to get it on the system for which it was meant.
Need that physical copy, you know?
No, I'm
The
actually
inevitable PS4 version. Is that what you mean?
yes. I am very excited to try SteamWorld Heist, but I want to play an HD version,
Okay.
which will,
yeah.
I'm sure inevitably come out. So
I
But,
would not be surprised. Yeah.
yeah. So I went back to Rogue Legacy and actually finally ended up maxing out my character. I bought all the upgrades that are available, and actually now I have most of the. Well, actually I have all the armors and weapons that you can purchase, and I have almost finished buying all of the various little stat enhancer type things that you can infuse with your armor. And I was pretty proud of myself having gone through and completely maxed out my character, and I was boasting about it on the Twitter, and someone asked me how long it took, and I did not. I went back and looked because I did not realize that the game had an in-game clock. It actually does keep track of your time. Gosh, I put 150 hours in that game.
Good lord.
I have no idea.
That's awesome.
Because you know what? That game is easy to put that kind of time into just because when I was playing it, I mean, it was like, oh, I'm just going to make one more run. Just one more run.
Yeah, but that's just it.
Yeah.
It really is. And, so, I spent 150 hours playing
Good lord,
Damn.
man.
Rogue Legacy, and I'm still playing it, though, so.
It's a good game. It's a really good game.
I think
That's awesome.
at this point, Rogue Legacy may have to kind of end up on my list of favorite games of all time. I think that's. I think just by default, that
any
has
game
to,
that you dump 150 hours into,
and
get
I'm still
everything-
not at all sick of, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I should start doing this on the PC version now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Need a sequel to that. Where's my Rogue Legacy 2?
I wanted to ask you, CJ. I seen we both kind of dropped out of Fallout 4 to a certain extent.
Welcome.
Well, I think I was looking at this. I was doing a little bit of triage over the weekend and actually deleted the new Assassin's Creed off my computer to just kind of get it out of being in front of my face because it's been a big year of super long games, and I just don't know if I can get back to Fallout 4 before the end of the year.
I want to get back to Fallout 4.
Right.
I always have a lot of fun when I go back to it,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's because I'm focusing on smaller side quests and not really the main line thing that I feel like I can just jump back into it whenever, and I'm not really like driven to get back into it. Plus, I want to spend time playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time for back in my place. So
Right. I was just kind of curious because unfortunately I actually got that game spoiled for me on Twitter. Someone was talking about that game and completely just threw the ending out, or what happens to your
Fallout
in that game. Yeah, so I guess that is a little bit less of a carrot to go back to. But just curious because there's just that Just Cause 3 that I've kind of completely dropped out of, and it's worrying me a little.
You dropped off of Just Cause also?
Yeah, again, it's been a busy couple weeks for work, and when I have had time to play games, it has been like Zelda for 30 minutes before going to bed, and it's like it is such just a comfortable, warm blanket to wrap myself around, to not really have to like play super attentively because I kind of know what we're doing, and just Z target, shield, and swing your sword.
Yeah.
That's how you gonna do.
And the combat in that game, like Z targeting, that was like one of the huge innovations in the genre. Just not even for Zelda, just 3D combat games in general. Just being able to target something and lock on,
right?
Huge.
Absolutely. And it looks huge. Awesome. Like it just still, even when you get in those like fights, whether it be with like a giant skull dude, or I just finished Dodongo's Cavern. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but even that they have those mini boss battles with the geckos, and it's just kind of like epic to have it just like close in, and you have yourself locked into that target. You're dodging, you do the backflip to dodge away. Like that is just, again, I think we talked about it like last week or 2 weeks ago. Nintendo was just so far ahead of everyone else in like 96, 97, 99 when it came to gameplay in 3D.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely true. Yes. Greg?
I got nothing this week. No, I'll tell you why.
Other than what we already talked about.
And I wanted to give a shout out to the guys over at My Life in Gaming. They Corey was finishing up his Phantasy Star 2 video this week, and he asked me to contribute by doing a bit on the text adventures. So that's what I spent the week playing, was the Phantasy Star Text Adventures, which was a series of downloadable games that gives you the backstory to the 8 playable characters in Phantasy Star 2. Because they've all been translated now. You can get them all with translation patches. So that's what I was playing and taking video of and writing a script and all that stuff. So that's why I didn't play anything else this week. But go check out the video, youtube.com/mylifeingaming, which is a great channel. I've pimped that channel on this show before, and
definitely
they do awesome stuff, and they have a great RGB series for retro consoles.
Was this for like the 15th anniversary of Phantasy Star Online?
No, it just happened to be Corey's a big Phantasy Star fan, and he'd already done a show on the original Master System game way back, and this was just kind of time for him.
Were you into PSO, Kevin? At all?
No, I was exclusively Quake 3. I was all about Quake 3 and NBA 2K1 and NFL 2K1. Those games were all you needed for Xbox SegaNet.
Yeah. Good old Dreamcast.
Oh God, man, that thing was awesome.
And the GameCube for PSO.
Get your lap board, right? Did you guys have one?
No, I didn't get the lap board.
Yeah.
That thing was insane.
With like the thumbsticks at the end of the keyboard.
Yeah.
We had one of those at EGM for a little while. Well, we just played regular games with it.
Play some F-Zero GX.
Right.
Oh man, I gotta use the lap board.
We fought over it.
Surprisingly, it actually had like the best analog sticks of any of the GameCube controllers that came out. Just kidding, sorry.
The GameCube controller, I like the GameCube controller a lot.
Of course you did.
Well, Greg, you didn't like it?
No.
Well,
what?
For Nintendo games, it was great.
Yeah, for Nintendo games, it was great.
What else were you playing on it that wasn't published by Nintendo?
Well, I was at EGM. We played lots of things that weren't published by Nintendo.
Ew, you had to play like EA games on that thing? You play some like James Bond Double Agent?
or a fighting any port of a fighting game.
There you go.
Everything or nothing.
Nightmare.
Everything or nothing's a great
That
game.
button layout was ridiculous. Great for
That's
Nintendo
true.
games. Great for Nintendo games, which has always been the case since the N64. That's been the case with the Nintendo consoles, which is fine. Nowadays, it matters less because of exactly that. I play Nintendo games on Nintendo consoles, but during the GameCube era, that wasn't the case, and it was just frustrating as hell.
Can't wait
Just
for some
saying.
new Nintendo games. Oh man, can't wait. I'm serious. I think, oh man, I'm really excited for the next Nintendo stuff. I hope it comes out sooner rather than later.
New Android console.
Oh come on.
That's not what it's going to be. Come on.
I need my Zelda playing device that also plays the new 3D Mario. God, I want that new Zelda so bad.
It's going to be good. All right. Should we do some tweets?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Decoder Otter, who says, I'd love to hear awesome/embarrassing stories from Sendai/Ziff Davis holiday parties.
Mm.
Did we have holiday parties?
And use their full
did.
names and Twitter handles if you could please.
I don't remember anything specific from a holiday party.
I don't even remember a holiday party.
No, I don't either.
We
Were we not invited?
definitely
Phil and I not
Maybe
invited?
Greg and I just weren't invited.
there were definitely a few holiday parties. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard of shenanigans at just house parties. People walking through
that's-
screen doors and things like that.
Right.
Police being called and maybe a stripper involved, but I wasn't there for that. That was before my time.
That was somebody's bachelor party.
That's what that was.
Mm.
You guys never had you never did cash games of GoldenEye or Turok 2?
We did lots of Halo.
That was
yeah.
usually done in the office, actually. I mean, those are the cash wagers on games was typically during work hours.
and that was mostly Shane Bettenhausen,
Street Fighter
Yeah.
EX.
who ended up owing the whole office about $1,000 each.
Yeah.
You ever get paid?
No, God no.
So no, fake money.
No, I mean we played multiplayer Halo and John Dudlack reveled in bringing Crispin to a boiling point
Oh, yeah.
constantly. That was fun.
That was
That
really
was,
fun.
Yeah,
and a
that
little
was
scary. But
a little
fun.
scary. Yeah,
Mostly fun.
the walls were painted with soy sauce one night. Because he got so pissed that he kicked the garbage can that was full of the Chinese food remnants that we just finished. Soy sauce all over the wall. Keyboards that were slammed down and buttons popping all over the place. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
See, wasn't it Crispin who drove a remote
The Red
control
Room?
skateboard?
Into the red room.
Yeah, and tore out a chunk of the wall, so it
Yeah.
was midnight. Try and find a hardware store open at midnight so they could.
Sorry.
So
I
they
thought
could-
that was an accident, though.
It was
Right?
an accident. We've told this story before, but EGM had a remote control skateboard that Microsoft had sent us. This was after the Xbox was launched.
unnecessarily powerful.
And I mean, one of the fun things that we used to do with it was actually, I think it was Crispin usually that we ended up doing this to as well, is we'd lay him on the skateboard, put a helmet on his head, and drive him into things.
Yes. Chairs, cones,
Yeah.
all kinds of things.
But yeah, there was at the Ziff Davis office at the end of where all the cubicles were. There was what we called the Red Room.
This is back in Illinois.
This is in Oak Brook.
The Oak Brook office. Yeah.
What we called the Red Room, which was really like the printers were and everything like that.
Copy.
And it wasn't really. It was a room in that it just had partitions that were built of drywall and they were painted
Yeah.
red. And one night we were there late on a deadline and we were riding the skateboard and it was pretty heavy and we drove it right into the wall and made a big hole in
Into
the
the
Red
wall.
Room. And
And when
of
you
course,
say into the wall,
yeah, the Red Room wall.
it penetrated the wall. It went
It went through the wall.
The wall. Yes.
So, and of course, we were basically the frat boys at this office at the other side of the office where all the business people worked. And we all knew that the next morning when they came in, we were going to be in deep shit. And so yeah, we made a midnight run to the hardware store for some drywall repair kits and some red paint.
Mm-hmm.
And we repaired it and we painted it, and if they found out, I don't think we ever knew.
It didn't look so good, though.
It didn't. It was if you'd ever looked at it, that was never. Yeah.
Yeah.
Skateboard
But no, but no holiday party stories. We got
No.
skateboard stories.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Regateer, who says, I was thinking about Lego Dimensions. Are you guys still playing it, and how does it hold up?
I'm still playing it when I can. This is going to make me sound like an ass. But
So we're used to it.
but boy, I can't really play it with my kid around because he wants to play with the toys.
That's what I'm worried about.
You know, I'm sitting there trying to
Does-
play and he's grabbing figures off the little sensor pad,
There you go.
and it's just
Charlotte
like,
does that too with Disney Infinity, where we'll be playing the Inside Out game, and then she'll
Yeah.
take both figures off the stand and
no,
they
you fool!
can't
You're
play.
messing me up.
Yeah.
Put Elsa back.
Yeah. So I am still enjoying it, and well, gosh, coming pretty soon. I think it's sometime in January. The Ghostbuster level pack's coming out, so
Ah.
I'm looking forward to
Well,
that.
what do you think about the new photo and the posters of the new one, the new movie?
Badass.
Yeah, we'll see.
Looks pretty good.
We'll see.
I'm down with it.
Larrabee Locke, that thing is going to be a guaranteed home run. I bet that thing is going to get super well reviewed, and the only people that aren't going to like it are be like, "Oh man, why is there women in Ghostbusters?"
Yeah.
That's how they're going to say it too.
Yeah.
Well,
I
in their
just hope that Winston
defense,
Zeddemore running the whole company.
in their defense, you know, ladies are scared of ghosts, so they should not be
Well,
Ghostbusters.
they like the girls.
Yeah,
Looks
well,
like
yeah,
the girls.
that's true. That I didn't think of it from that angle. I suppose you're right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Paul Feig, he can kind of do no wrong. From what I've seen from
Freaks
his
and
movies.
geeks.
So, right. I mean, and also, if you want an interesting read, he wrote a couple books. I've been reading one of his books, and man, did that guy have a childhood! Holy smokes! I'm not going to elaborate. The book's cheap. You can go and buy it on Kindle.
Phil,
There you go.
yeah.
are you buying the Firehouse set?
Oh boy.
Yes. He's already pre-ordered it.
Really want the Firehouse
It
set.
looks so good.
You have to
It
do it. It's
comes
your
out-
job.
It comes out in about a week and a half. I do not necessarily have $350 extra at the moment
When has that ever stopped you?
to drop on that. I will probably be picking it up at some point down the road. Maybe during a double VIP point month at the Lego store, so I can earn more gift cards for my purchase. But so, short answer, yes, but probably not right away.
Fair enough. It looks
How about-
really cool.
How about you?
no,
You're
I
not
can't.
getting it.
The Canadian dollar is so weak right now. It's
Ah,
the price is just through the roof on everything. Like I'll be paying after tax. I think I'll be paying over $100 per video game next year if I buy full
oh
price.
jeez.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it's just it's terrible, and it's just going to keep going down. So
All
good,
right.
good for our economy in a lot of ways, but not for that stuff.
Right.
Hacker alias Gunstar Gamer says, with a price at console level, can the PlayStation VR really sustain?
I have my doubts.
Yeah.
I'm still excited about it, but yeah, I mean, I would be shocked if it doesn't fairly quickly go the way of the Kinect and the Move controllers, and I mean,
Yeah.
how many other, the 3D movement that Sony was doing for a while there, like how many times have we seen that over the past few years? But I
Yeah.
could be wrong. I mean, maybe it really is the next big thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think the thing that'll help sell it is compatibility with games that you may already have in your library. So at a certain point, you may have like a half dozen games that are supported by PlayStation VR, and it'll just be like, oh well, I already have games that support it. I don't even have to buy any games.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'll spend, whatever it is, $300, $400 on this thing to experience VR. That'll be cheaper than buying an Oculus or
For sure.
the HTC Vive and buying new games for it. That, don't have
One of the
VR.
things that I'm curious about, because I've been lucky enough now to try it out a couple times, and everything I've seen on it looks really good. But generally, it seems like everything that they're talking about is very much short multiplayer experiences. And I'm curious about if we're going to get games that are a bit more robust, as far as like even when they're talking about Gran Turismo. The Gran Turismo version that's going to be released for that is going to be like a multiplayer focused.
Yeah.
It's not going to have like a campaign mode as far as I know. So I'm just curious if they will do things like that, or if they're just avoiding it in general because of the whole idea of being stuck in that helmet for too long. But I mean, that's the type of stuff that's the type of thing that I think you're going to need to have some longevity there. Unless you have like a really surprise, like massive hit, like something on the level of, say, a Quake, like a multiplayer hit that just everybody has to play. But
Right.
that's pretty, that's a long shot.
How about a new Killzone, Greg? You want to go back to the Killzone?
No, I don't want to play first.
I think CJ is onto something. If you can just use it as an alternative screen, like
Sure.
like a Wii U gamepad, and just say like, all right, well, I'm going to play my game, but I'm just going to use this as my screen instead of hooking up to the TV. So, someone else in the house can use the TV or something like that, or it's just maybe you have a small TV, and if having it be that close to your eyes will make it look like you have a gigantic TV. Actually, can I ask you guys that, like, when you put that headset on, does it just completely? Do you see any sides of it at all? Does it look like just like a big movie theater screen or what?
I haven't tried it.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, it didn't seem like it had any sort of gaps to me at all. Like it's
Yeah, I don't think it has gaps.
pretty much like that. It doesn't sit. I mean, it can sit directly in your face, but it's not too tight on your face. But it's still there's no like light leaking through generally.
Sorry, I apologize. I guess what I mean is, like, if I'm looking straight ahead and I have the headset on, can I see any black on the top, on the bottom, on the left, or on the right?
I think you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think having the complete field of view is either it's not possible or it's not
It's not a good option.
something you want.
Probably not for motion sickness.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the other thing I'm curious about too. Is I'd love to hear if they're going to do anything else as far as other multimedia for the headset. If it's just games, because I mean,
Greg, what are you thinking of?
What's that?
What are you thinking of?
Well, because I mean, I've heard things about them doing like sporting events where you can wear
sports.
You can watch something like that, where you can wear the helmet and look around, but anything really. I mean, that's stop it. It's not what I meant at all.
Are you talking about
how long it took me to catch on to that?
What about like
No, but I mean in
NASCAR or
general,
like a driver cam or something?
Yeah,
that you
that's
could,
the type of thing
be
I'm
in
talking
the
about.
car.
Different types of different things that aren't just games.
Oh,
That's what Facebook's doing with Oculus at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
And they have like all these networks built into the PlayStation 4 now. If they could do it like
Right.
with Monday Night Football, you can kind of like select what screen that you want to look at if you watch it online.
Exactly.
Oh man, if they could do that where you could just like have a front row seat to a hockey game.
Yes, to see that's the type of thing I'm talking about, right? Like
That's worth the price.
or also like I think that travel footage would be a big deal too. It's like do you want to go stand like on top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, like this program will let you do that, and you can look in its 360 view, like stuff like that.
Right. If they just think about it. If they plucked one of those 360-degree cameras at a sporting event, and you could just like pretend like you had a front row seat,
Yeah.
and like look around. And honestly, Greg, that would be worth the price of an MLB network or an NHL network or an NFL network and one of those VR headsets to feel like you're in the front row of one of those events.
That's the thing. Like I'm curious if they're going to go for something like that, and if they do, I'm curious if Sony's going to go for something like that.
I hope they are.
They've got the resources, obviously, right?
And they have their own entertainment division too
Yeah,
to make this stuff happen.
And the other thing is, if games aren't going to sell this thing, then they have something to fall back on, and they have like an extra thing they can. And if their PlayStation VR platform isn't the one that takes off, I mean, we have like 3 different manufacturers that are trying to get their thing off the ground. Like, yeah, entertainment can certainly be a driver of that on other platforms, not just Sony's own.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyway.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's do 2 more tweets. Let's do this one from A. Scott X, who says, favorite console or handheld games that were not released in Japan?
Not released in Japan?
I don't know which American game.
Yeah, I
like,
don't
which
know.
Western
I
games
know
have
more
not been
about games
released
that
in
didn't
Japan.
come here.
Yeah.
Why would you pick this tweet?
I don't know.
That even you don't have an answer.
CJ didn't think about it.
Oh, I know. Puppies Don't Wear Ties, I don't think came out in Japan.
Jesus.
Oh, that's a good one.
Did Sewer Shark come out in Japan?
It did, yes.
I know Night Trap did. But...
Dude, I have a Japanese version of that game.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The cover for that is great.
I do too, actually.
I think I might too.
Actually, CJ, I think I might
How
have...
am I the only one on the show that doesn't have that? That doesn't make any sense.
I think
go to
I might
Japan.
have your copy, CJ.
You might have my copy?
I have never
Okay.
been to Japan, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. So are we not going to answer that question? Is that
I don't know.
I think we answered it.
we got nothing?
Did Rogue Legacy come out in Japan?
I'm sure it did.
It did. Yes. 8.4 did the translation.
Oh,
of
did
that,
8.4
right?
do that?
Yeah, 8.4
Oh, okay.
helped out on that.
They do okay stuff.
They do.
Okay.
All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Relewis 2011. As a new Vita owner, what are some recommended games via PSN I should look into?
Why do
PS1
you
classics
ask
are welcome
questions like
too.
this? Because Phil's just going to go through his entire library.
No, this one was directly directed to Mr. Kevin Larrabee.
Okay.
So,
Well, the correct answer, of course, is to sell that Vita immediately.
You asshole. So the
Gravity Rush and Rogue Legacy. There you go.
yes.
Hey, those are 2 great answers, but I would probably wait for the Amazon exclusive Gravity Rush HD if you have a PlayStation 4, to be frank, because some of the touch
Wait, is
controls are not great.
Oh, and some of the
that's Amazon exclusive?
It is.
Really?
It is. It is.
physical copy.
It wasn't. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember. There was a huge uproar when the game
Right,
wasn't
right.
going to be coming out physical, and
Well, I led that charge.
I know, and God bless,
You're welcome.
Amazon.
Hashtag
America.
let's get physical.
Hashtag let's get physical. Totally correct. And I think it's just it just shined light on being a huge bummer that Yakuza 5 is not getting a physical release. But anyways,
Yeah, that is a bummer.
it is a huge bum. I'm glad I got the digital thing. So I think it really depends what you want to go for. To be honest, Persona 4 Golden should be the number 1 game that you pick up. And, even if Greg doesn't like playing very great, if not top 10 games of all
I
time.
like the game. What is this about?
That game, well, you haven't been playing it. It is really outstanding. Also, Lumines there's a really good version of Lumines, which was all.
See, I'm not going to go with you on that one, but yeah.
No,
What's wrong with it?
I like the Vita version
I
of
think
Lumines.
I think that series is so overrated.
more
I
like
think-
Snoozemanez.
I think all the Lumines games before the Vita version I didn't get, and then the Vita version I actually understood.
It was
and
a little easier too, right?
It was
Because
a
you got
little easier.
those like smart bombs that would drop and stuff, and the shuffle thing. Also, if you want a couple like deeper cuts, TX.
Wipeout 2048.
If you want a racing game, it's Wipeout 2048, and also Need for Speed is Most Wanted is surprisingly good on it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, TXK, which is basically your Tempest, with just sound effects that were kind of ripped out of other Activision games. And I'm trying to just look at this real quick. If you want some other, like the best part about being a Vita owner right now is the games physically are incredibly cheap. Amazon is just dumping this stuff, even the newer stuff. Like the Persona 4 Dancing All Night, like the special editions down to under $40, which is kind of crazy. And
Sad in a way.
no, Well, I mean, it's sad, but I think two huge games just got announced for the PlayStation Vita today. In God's Eater, the two God's Eater games got announced for Western release. So those are actually really, really big games.
They're not going to do anything for Vita sales, but yeah.
Oh no, they're not. But I mean, I don't think there is a game that could possibly do anything for Vita sales right now. And also, I think there's really good. Hotline Miami is really great. The indie games on PlayStation Vita are just outstanding.
Yeah. Oh
Ollie, perfect for the go. And then I would say if you want like a PlayStation 1 game and you want something that's pretty unique, and it was cool that we got it. I really, really just. I find myself almost every plane ride playing through VibRibbon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely pick that up for the $6.
There is so much. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you've got it now, like, it's a great time because we're still in the middle of like holiday discounts and things like that. But
right.
Don't
for $150, man.
Don't pass over the PlayStation 1 games. Like, surf through those, and don't pass over the PSP games. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of great PSP games, and you can get a ton of them on the Vita.
For super cheap.
Yeah, like, I mean, just right off the top of my head, like Maverick Hunter X, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X.
Right.
Yeah.
So good. Is Powered Up downloadable as well?
No.
Okay.
Valkyria Chronicles 2 is also... Like, there's a ton of great PSP.
Mega Man Legends is now out. You have Final Fantasy 5 through 9.
Yep. Like, there's just so much good stuff that you can get on the Vita right now. It doesn't have to be a Vita game. Like, it plays games from two other consoles that had fantastic libraries. So
yeah.
Yep.
And I would even say if you want like another RPG, I think Final Fantasy IV Complete or whatever it is on the PlayStation Portable is probably my favorite Final Fantasy game. I love that game.
You've got Suikoden on there as well. You've got Grandia on there as well if you want two more really good RPGs.
Suikoden 2 as well.
I mean, that 2's on there.
Like, came across. And I would recommend this even if you don't think that you're interested in it. I would really recommend Danganronpa 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I really loved those games. So pick those up because that's some crazy Japanese stuff that you can check out. And there is a surprising amount of content on the console. I would really recommend if you ever do any portable gaming to pick one up. Sooner rather than later because they might stop selling them. I bet they'll stop selling them next year in 2016.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It'll be 5 years old. That's 5 years, man.
Wow, has it been that long?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's 4 years old. It just turned 4.
Wow. Alrighty.
There you go.
Games.
I think that might be it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's the end of a podcast. Alrighty, that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening, and happy holidays to everyone who's listening. Hopefully you've gotten your shopping done. Maybe you're listening to this episode as you complete your shopping, so good luck with that. If you have a comment for us or would like to ask us a question, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitter. Or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff.
Check out NBA Jam.
There you go. You will find Generation 16 episodes.
Yes, I have an update for that. Real quick. The long-awaited episode 17 is actually going to be even longer awaited. Because I realized, actually, because of the My Life in Gaming episode, my database was a little bit screwed up, so I've got some catch-up to do.
The
next episode. So, not too bad, but I've had to rearrange it, and I've got to do a couple other games that I hadn't done yet. So, that's going to slow down episode 17 even more, but the upside is that over half of episode 18 is complete at this point.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah. Yeah.
I look forward to getting both of those released on the same day.
I doubt that'll happen, but yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There's also a message board where you can discuss this episode and any other episode you might want with us or our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to the iTunes Music Store. While you're at the iTunes Music Store, you can also invest $1.99.
Cheap.
Pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application. Gives you one-touch communication with us via the voicemail. No!
You did it.
Via the emails and Twitters and what have you. We also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for users devices as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
You can find that right over there at the Amazon Android Marketplace. You can also find us on Stitcher. You can like us on Facebook. You can join our PS4 social group for whatever, who cares, and all that crap. You can watch us live most weeks, or check out an archive of our past episodes on the YouTubes, youtube.com/P1Podcast. And if you like what you've heard, and how could you can head over to patreon.com/P1Podcast and throw a few shekels our way. It keeps CJ swimming in
copies of Fantasia for $4 from Amazon.
Dude needs his $4 Xbox One games.
Should have lit that money on fire.
$4. $4.
Wow.
This is.
You know what? Like at first I was saying, oh, maybe he's going to hold up the movie, and that would have been okay. It's like maybe you'll hold up the Genesis game, and that wouldn't be great. Then you held that up. And,
there you go.
So what? Nothing's wrong with Fantasia.
That's going to sit on your shelf, and you'll never touch it. And this is the guy that buys games digitally to save space. Come on, man.
That's true. It's true, but it's $4. You can't beat that price.
Dude, you get a Big Mac.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a better alternative, actually.
2-liter Coke.
Let's see, game that where I could actually get some physical activity in, or buy a Big Mac.
If you play that game,
yeah.
If you play that game, man,
yeah.
I'm not gonna even say it because you'll just play it. I'm gonna check back in like 6 months. I'm gonna make a Google reminder.
This is about to be a Shane Bettenhausen bet.
No, it's not gonna be.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, and if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to generation-16.com. Throw a few bucks Greg's way. Maybe that'll get his databases defragged or whatever that he needs to.
Needs a new PC.
I do desperately need a new computer.
Go build one.
There you go. Go throw a few
I might be
bucks
talked
his
into
way.
that. Maybe we should talk.
I'll send you the parts list, man. It literally takes like 2 hours to build, and it's a blast. Jerkface Killa can watch you live stream it and help you through the troubleshooting process.
There you go.
Okay. CJ,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
As always.
Thank you.
Greg,
Yo.
thank you very much for everything that you do. And of course, extra special triple thanks to our super special guest, Kevin KL Larrabee. Kevin, tell the internet where they can find you.
Well, believe it or not, I'm doing some Back in My Play episodes. There's a brand new episode, number 62, up with Marco and Mohammed from Brave Wave, where we talk about Street Fighter II, its iterations, its history, and also the remastering process of the soundtrack that seems from the sites of Twitter are hitting people's houses this week. At least the CD copies are getting to people this week, which is really rad. Corey, actually also local artist, did a bunch of art for that, and Corey does like logos for every game right now. So that's pretty cool. And if you're still listening, I apologize if people were offended when I about calling you a bad person for the Master Race stuff. All I would ask is that you be a little bit more conscious of the history of that kind of statement. So, and this is I
People
always
being
say,
dicks about owning computers.
yeah, and I got 3 SLI graphics cards. You
See,
just
remember,
need a 970.
remember, Dr. Spatzo, he wouldn't have wanted you to say anything about PC Master Race.
Tell
Right.
me about your Hatard.
And like I said, I think we're looking at December 28th. Or 29th. We're gonna record the Ocarina of Time episode. So that's gonna probably be a New Year's Eve kind of release. And I have talked with Greg about doing some Sega CD stuff, but he has to do some dumb family stuff. So we have to wait until the New Year to do that.
New Year for that, baby.
Oh, and Phil. I mean, actually, I'm getting all of you guys because I was talking to Phil about finally doing Mega Man 5, which is
That's true.
a badass game.
Which is the 5th Mega Man game.
It definitely is.
Well, if in the timeline, it's actually after Tokyo Drift. That's it. Anyway,
Different franchise.
different franchise.
I like it. I like it.
Thank you guys, and thank you guys for audience for putting up for my weirdness this week. And again, you guys are the best. And maybe if you have some Patreon money, since I put out episodes probably more frequently than Greg right now, go to Back to My Play.
Oh, boy.
Patreon.com/Back to My Play.
Ouch.
There you
Get an
go.
episode more than once every quarter.
That hurts.
Nice.
Greg,
Thanks,
I'm a
Kevin.
Patreon supporter of yours. Thank you guys.
I know, and I appreciate that. I'm cheap, right? Because like 2 episodes a year, so
There you go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do something again next week.
sure. Right after
Sure.
Christmas, why not?
Yeah.
And
Check
we're
your
gonna have
shit.
we're gonna have our Games of the Year episode coming up in the next couple of weeks as well.
That's right.
We've invited Mr. Larrabee and Mr. Grisham on as well, so it's gonna be a big episode.
That'll be a good one.
Madden 2016,
F1 2015.
F1 2015, and Just Cause 3. Game
There you go. There, that was your preview.
Alrighty. Later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.